Should I stay or should I go now? Check it out. I am building like this 25,000 square foot addition. It's attached to my house right over here. And last year I sat there with my wife. I'm like, okay, do we do this now or do we wait? And while most people aren't talking about do we build a home or not, in the game of real estate, do you know how many people are literally like, do I wait or do I go? Like, am I gonna get spanked 2 years from now when I look at what happened to interest rates? If I had a crystal ball, like, is real estate gonna be more expensive or is like the floor gonna drop out? I just wish I knew. And today, I'm gonna show you.
One shot, now the future is yours, go!
Do you realize that one of the biggest financial decisions that you're ever going to make right now is an answer to this question? It's a home. And do you buy or do you wait? And right now, interest rates are high and the media is definitely like osmosising fear like right into your old soul, saying, oh, it's such an unstable time and we got Biden economics and we'll get a new president. Who knows what's gonna happen? They've canceled the debt ceiling. Like, it feels like financially such an uncertain world. And yet, there's a cost to indecision, and there's a cost to waiting, and there's a cost to not knowing. And in today's video, guess what? If you've never met me, I've done over $2 billion worth of real estate, over 6,500 single family transactions, lots of other real estate, flipped thousands of homes. And I'll tell you right now that this market is right on tap for my predictions. And I'm gonna share with you what I think you should do. 90% of all millionaires made their money in real estate, and yet real estate is what almost nobody does. Most people become accidental millionaires. It was, well, I bought a house because I was told that was smart, and then we relocated or we moved, and instead of selling the house, we just rented it out. And then we did that a couple of times, and 30 years later, it's like, I'm a millionaire because of it.
$1 million isn't cool. You know what's cool?
$1 billion.
I figured that out when I was 22 years old, and you know what I did? I said, I'm gonna do this on purpose, and if 3 homes taste good, 300 homes has got to taste better. Check it out. Real estate properties such as rentals or apartments, single family homes, vacation homes, they can provide a steady stream of rental income. This income from rentals definitely can help cover property expenses. It definitely provides you with a reliable source of cash flow, but don't forget, real estate appreciates in value. And while it might feel unpredictable, there's a way to gamify it. And I'll tell you in the last 65 years that the average home goes up 4.6% every single year. And that may not seem like a lot, but when you're talking about a $300,000 home, you are talking about $14,000. So have 10 of those, that's $140,000 a year. Have 100 of those, that's $1.4 million a year. Have 100 million of those, I think you get the drift. According to this graph, things go up, things come up, things go up. It went down. It's a bad time. No, that's the media's message. Like, that's how dumb. They treat us all like we're really stupid. Let's go a little more in depth. Many US residents are not purchasing real estate because of high interest rates. They're fearful that the rates will kill their finances in the long run. And you know what? You're not wrong. Like, when the Fed basically doubled the rates, it's like, well, real estate, perfect storm, went up another $100,000 in value around that median. And then on top of it, not only am I increasing my mortgage by 25%, but with rates doubling, it was a factor beyond that. So now it's like the same house now is costing me like $2,000 a month or $1,000 more a month. Why would I do that? Interest rates will not get much higher, which means that cuts will be coming. With rates dropping, people will feel confident in buying homes in the next few years. And I wanna share with you right now my first prediction of what I believe is gonna happen. In order to have a change of the regime in the United States and get a different president, the current president seated has to try to find a way to win that election again. Good luck. And to do it, it's like, what can he do left? He's done so many wonderful things to our economy. But if he lowers the rates, he might feel that that could win him some good grace. And you know what? It probably would. And so what has Rocket Mortgage suspected is gonna happen in the next year, 2024? They think that throughout the entire year after the end of this year, rates are gonna come down. They project even down to 4%. Now that's a 3% drop. That's gonna stimulate the economy. Everyone's gonna want real estate again. And guess what that's gonna do to the price of real estate? It is gonna shoot it to the moon. So now is not the time for you to be thinking about your family and where you wanna live in a primary residence. Now is the time for you to start thinking about investment grade real estate. Not what you want, what people need. And there are markets where even though the rates are high, you can still have a positive cash flow. But guess what happens when those rates drop next year? those properties are gonna soar in value. In fact, I'm buying as much real estate as I possibly can right now because I am banking on it. Like, I have a knowing that once those rates drop, real estate is gonna go crazy, it's gonna shoot through the roof, and I'm not alone in these beliefs. So why shouldn't you wait? Interest rates dropping will cause more buyers, resulting in higher demand. Home prices are gonna skyrocket. Each home you own that is investment grade is gonna go up in value. What if I told you in the next 2 years, it could go up $50,000 to $100,000? Let's just say it was on the high end, 100 grand. You have 10 homes and they each go up 100 grand. That's $1 million. Think about that. Zillow is also forecasting that the used home prices will rise 6.5% between July 2023 and July 2024. By the way, 6.5% is 25% higher above and beyond what the 65-year average is. And Zillow expects larger cities like Miami, they might jump as much as 8.4%. Now, by the way, I don't look at the nationwide stats. I look at individual markets. And with 324 markets, the reason why I only invest in the top 5 is because those are the markets that have appreciation way higher than the national average. And number 3, other experts believe that home prices could literally go up by 10 or 15%. So when you take a look at like the landscape of things, it's like mow real estate, mow better. We have to forecast the opposite right now. We have to say, wait, if prices go up but rates come down, what would happen? Current rates on a median home cost $410,000 at 8.15% over 30 years gives you a payment of $3,000. Yikes, that's crazy. But imagine with demands increasing and the prices going up through the roof, let's assume that the same house appreciated a large amount. Not 410, call it $550,000, went up 140,000, but rates were not at 8%, but 6%, and they could drop as much as 4%. Already there, the payment stays almost the same. The house is $140,000 higher in value. The payments are $3,300 a month. And if you calculate that at what rates could be, like sitting around 4%, the funny thing is this house skyrockets in value, but the payments actually are lower than the current ones right now. So what are you supposed to do right now? Higher interest rates, that should not scare you. Number 2, purchasing a home right now could result in an ROI greater than certainly 15%. Don't be thinking about you, be thinking investment properties. And 2023 is a great time to get into the game of real estate, and I can help you do it. Like, what if I just did it for you? Like, not helped you, not taught you, just did it for you. You may or may not be aware that that's actually one of the services that I provide, and it makes me a one of a kind because I got nobody to compete with out there. Because you got REITs and you got big boys and you got these large companies like BlackRock that are taking down billions of dollars worth of real estate so that you can become a permanent renter and never own ever again. Me, I say power to the people. I've been empowered by owning real estate. Let's empower you. You might have $50,000 sitting in a 401k, an IRA, even equity in a home. Maybe it's just stashed in savings or a business. But check it out. You leave it in a 401k and it's going to triple to $160,000 in the next 20 years. Drop it in real estate at a minimum 25% ROI, which is what I target. That doesn't grow to $160,000. It grows 27 times higher to $4.3 million. And if we hit my ROI targets at 34%, then this number becomes $17 million. There's only one question. Do you want to retire a multimillionaire in real estate? Whether you got money or you got none, click the link below. Let me show you how I can do all of it for you. I know what you might be thinking. Kris, come on, man. Isn't this 2008 all over again? I'm like, there are some similarities. There are some things that don't make sense at all. If you actually want to know what I think, click right here and let's explore it together.